Hey, ladies and gents, it says Wiz here with a look at the Mythic Legions Deluxe Skeleton Legion Builder figure. So let me pop this guy out of his collector-friendly packaging. These are Legion Builders. Here's what the back of the package looks like. As always, art done by Nate Barch. It's got the other figures up the left side of the back of the package. So you can see the Barbarian and the Dark Templar, Deluxe Goblin Legion Builder that I've already reviewed. And then in front you have this now iconic scene with the glowing blue spectral head, a couple of dragons back there, as is our I think that's who that is, and just a lot of really cool stuff going on. Great highlight to the figure. So easy to open up and easy to stick the figure back in the package, as always. Comes with that little disclaimer that says, heat up your parts with a hairdryer, because if it's cold, and it is kind of cold today, the joints can be tight, and so make sure that you take care. This is the faction symbol here. So he doesn't have a bio, but he does have the faction symbol there for Ilithia's Brood. So two simple twist ties in the back. It's been a while since I've done a video where I just took it out of the package and all that to show you, but two simple twist ties, and you pop this guy out and you have a skeleton Legion builder. The awesome thing about these guys is, of course, the reduced price, the classic look, and the fact that they don't have a lot of paint, so you can paint in some details in there if you want to dry brush in, or even if you just want to do what I've done with some of the other Legion builders, which would be to accent the bolts and the rivets and stuff with some metallic Sharpie. That gives you a really, really cool look. And the idea of these are they have fewer paint applications, so that gives them a cheaper price, and you can build tons of them. The Necronominous wave is a lot of knights and a lot of skeletons, and that's going to be coming out. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really interested in getting skeletons to build up their legions. So it comes here with some extra accessories and pauldrons. This is the weapon that's in the blister. It's kind of a very wicked looking pike, and that's in a different color, metallic. He also comes with this sort of elven styled bow. The thing I love about the Four Horsemen figure bows is they have these knocks here, and then they have an actual elastic cord. So if you stick an arrow in there and you pull back the cord, you can actually, get yourself shot in the eye. And I have done that before while reviewing figures. But see, with different weapons, then you'll have a skeleton archer, right? And you can have a skeleton that carries a pike. You also have this sort of leather strap, so you can hang more weapons from his belt. And then this wicked looking bone scimitar as well. So that provides you with some options. And then, of course, a quiver with a bunch of arrows in it. The arrows are sculpted there so they don't come out, but you can hang that on the skeleton in the back if you're going to have an archer. And then for another look, these really, really cool, wicked looking pauldrons with these spikes, which I would say would normally be quite dangerous in battle. But if you're a skeleton, you don't have any skin, so you don't have to worry about, getting poked by your own pauldrons. So these would be popular, right? So that's the look of the silhouette, a bit bulked up there with the pauldrons in, of course, to create extra looks and to differentiate some of these Legion builders. As you build up your Legion, you can have one pauldron, so he's got the asymmetrical look. You can do that. You can have, of course, no pauldrons, and then just do various things with the straps or what have you, and the weapons to mix and match. And then, of course, those of you that are talented, more talented than I am, can paint this guy into looking like, maybe a rusted out skeleton look, or maybe a skeleton with shiny armor. This is very cool because the helmet has a visor that comes down. That's also an alternate look. And then a lot of the regular skeleton figures that the Four Horsemen provide have alternate skeleton heads. So you can mix and match and pop and swap with those and build your skeleton army. So I think these are going to be really, really popular. Number one, because people are going to want to build their legions in anticipation of the Necronominus wave, where you have Necronominus and then the other skeletal folks and zombies and stuff coming along, kind of the armies of the undead. I can't wait to see what people do with their displays. Obviously, ever since Harryhausen put those skeleton warriors in his movies, those stop motion ones, I've been in love with the idea of seeing skeletons and seeing the undead battle it out. Even if you're a collector of, say, like the Mezco Conan, these go really well with that. So I'll show you how the scimitar, the bone scimitar, fits with that. I think this handle appears to be like a thigh bone or something. So that goes really, really well with the skeleton. So, yep. And then an archer. It's even more impressive if you're a skeleton and you're an archer because you don't have eyeballs. Not sure how you can see, but let me spin this around so you can take a look there. Yeah. I just think the possibilities are endless with this guy. And as I mentioned, I think you could probably even, let's see, can you take this off? You could take that off. You could stick some horns probably in the sides, I believe. Then maybe put this on backwards and give him a different look with the visor as well. I think that looks kind of cool, kind of wicked. So, yeah, the Deluxe Skeleton Legion Builder, the idea is to have these in the shop so that people can get their hands on them, build their legions, and do so at fairly inexpensive rate. I think I've reviewed all of them so far except for the Deluxe Dwarf Legion Builder, so that'll come next. But I really have a feeling that the skeleton, just because of the nature of wanting to build armies with him, is going to be one of the best sellers. I have had a lot of fun with the Goblin recently that I touched up with a metallic Sharpie. I took him on a trip to Arizona and put a bunch of pictures up on the Cabal and also on a special group in the Cabal, outside of the Cabal, called the Malignancy. That's just for fans of goblins. There's groups have been popping up for people who are fans of the goblins and the fans of the vampires and fans of the dwarves and all that. So people are splitting up into factions where they can just fill their feed with their favorites. So one last quick comparison would be comparing him to Pelvicus. There you could see what a deluxe figure looks like next to a Legion Builder figure, and obviously the level of detail is different, the level of paint is different, but you know, the basic figure is there, and you can very easily paint up and differentiate them. That's what it looks like with the visor on correctly, and this is the visor down look, which I think adds an extra air of mystery to him and hides his face even more. The other difference would be that this guy, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this guy does have an articulated jaw, so that'll allow you to have him laughing or talking, or, you know, have him gritting his teeth, and change up the expressions of the different skeletons that you have in your Legion. Very cool. And that's it. Is the Wiz signing out.